Hello, my name's Darren. Welcome to Darren in the Studio. This is my very first YouTube channel video and I'm really excited about it. I've been doing Facebook videos for some time now, a couple of years, and you know the thing is with Facebook, everything gets buried on Facebook, and I think YouTube, for me anyway, it's got a little bit more credibility. So I've always wanted to have my own YouTube channel, and here it is, Darren in the Studio. I'm going to be trying to produce videos on a regular basis, and it's basically going to be me talking about my music collection, records, CDs, cassettes, mini discs even. Anything really to do with my music collection, what I have in my music collection on all those formats, maybe some books as well along the way and some DVDs. We don't know, anything really goes. But because this is my very first video, I thought what I would do is do first things first. And with that, I mean, I'm going to take you through the first things that I ever bought on the most popular formats, if you will. And thankfully, I've still got them all. So we're going to start, if you will, at the earliest date that I ever bought something and come more up to date, up to the recent times. So, the very first thing that I ever purchased myself, that I ever had myself, I mean, as kids, we had singles and stuff like that that were owned within the family. But the very first thing that I bought myself is a 7-inch single, was a 7-inch single, and it's this. It's the reissue, the 1980 reissue of Black Sabbath's Paranoid single, which originally came out in 1970, I believe. Like I say, this is the 1980 reissue. It comes with Snowblind on the back. This is my original 1980 copy. I bought this from Smith's Records in Tilsley, which was my original hometown where I grew up. So there you go. Black Sabbath, Paranoid, the original, the first single I ever bought. Like I say, this is the if you like, this is the original reissue of the 1980 single. Not worth much, and sorry about that, folks, all you vinyl community people. Yes, I did put some sellotape on it, and I wrote on it as well. What's that all about? But it still plays okay. There's the vinyl, still plays really nice. One of my favourite Black Sabbath songs anyway. And there you go, Black Sabbath, Paranoid, first 7-inch single. Next, probably the same year, 1980. In fact, I know it was the same year, 1980. Same record shop, Smith's Records. I bought 2 cassettes at the same time. My parents had bought me a cassette player for Christmas, and one of those little mono or with one speaker type things. I wish I still had it. It was a Sanyo cassette player, and I bought 2 cassettes at the same time from Smith's Records in Tilsley, and they were these. Zanieta Mondata by The Police, originally released in 1980, and I purchased it in 1980. And also I bought this, AC/DC, Highway to Hell, released 1979, purchased 1980, Smith's Records, Tilsley. Now, here's the confession, okay, confession time. A lot of my cassettes were stolen some years ago now, and unfortunately I wasn't able to get them back. But I was able very recently to purchase on eBay original copies of those cassettes that I used to have. These are exactly the same as what I used to have back in the day. So unfortunately, like I said, I don't have the very original cassettes that I bought back in 1980, but these are exactly the same as the ones that I used to have. And I bought these basically, number one, for this video, but also I bought these for sentimental value. AC/DC Highway to Hell and the Police Zenyatta Mondatta, the very first cassettes that I ever bought. Next, we're looking at vinyl. These are the first records I ever bought. Like cassettes, I bought two at the same time. And these are them, or I bought two around the same time, and I'm not sure which one is the first one because I bought them very, very close to each other, and it's a long time ago. We're talking 1981, and it's one of these two. These were the first records I ever bought, and I've still got them. The Shadows. Rock On with the Shadows. This is on Music for Pleasure through EMI. This was a 1980 compilation of some of their early material. This is my very own original copy. You can see there I actually wrote on the top. I don't know if you can see that or not. I think back in the day, if I'm honest, I don't know if all record collectors would be honest, but when you were a child, when you were a kid, records were almost like toys, if you will, and I didn't really treat my toys very well. However, although I've written on this cover and on the back, I think somewhere, it does play okay. The vinyl's absolutely fine. I even wrote on the inner sleeve, look at that. What's that all about? But yeah, the vinyl's absolutely fine. The vinyl plays really nice. Music for Pleasure through EMI. And Rock On with the Shadows, like I say, would be one of two albums that I first bought. I can't remember which one came first, and they could have come at the same time. This is the second one that I bought. It's Axe Attack. This is on the K-Tel label. Came out 1980. This is my original copy. Again, I've written on it somewhere. Oh, I haven't written on this one. But it has got a very nasty sticker removal mark on it. Again, the vinyl plays absolutely fine. I'm after a second copy of this. But Axe Attack is one of those albums that you find in sort of second-hand record shops all the time. But getting a really, really nice, clean copy of it is quite difficult. Axe Attack, and I can tell you where I bought this from. This came from Woolworths store number 400, which was, if you look it up online, Woolworths store number 400 was Southport. Used to go to Southport with my mum and grandma and sister, and that's where I bought this. Axe Attack from Southport, 1981. I bought this. Next, my very first 12-inch single. I bought this in Weston-super-Mare whilst on holiday in 1982. It is Alice Cooper, For Britain Only. Again, this is my original copy. Alice's For Britain Only. I love Alice Cooper's early 80s material. I really do. It's, for me, it's some of his best work, and it's a shame that he sort of shies away from talking about that particular period, but some of it, that stuff was great. This was this single was released as a thank you to the UK fans for making the Special Forces tour such a success. However, the album itself, Special Forces, didn't really sell very well, but the tours are absolutely sold out everywhere because, as we know, Alice Cooper is absolutely adored in the UK. For Britain Only comes with Model Citizen, Who Do You Think We Are, and Under My Wheels live at Glasgow Apollo. Very first 12-inch single, Alice Cooper, For Britain Only. And again, the vinyl is absolutely mint and clean. When you think about it, 1982, it's a long time ago, and these records play absolutely fine. They really do. And a lot of vinyl community people change these paper sleeves, and I sometimes do. If I buy something second hand and it's got a trashed inner sleeve, I'll always change it for an anti-static one, but I don't change all my records. This plays fine, you know, from 1982. It's a long time ago, 40 years old, this single, and it still plays great. My very first 12-inch single, Alice Cooper's 1982 single, for Britain only. I also have the 7-inch version, and I bought this in 1982 when it came out. First ever compact disc, moving up to date. First ever LP, long player compact disc, album compact disc would be this one. This is R.E.M.'s Fables of the Reconstruction, or Reconstruction of the Fables. Came out in 1985, this album. I bought this in 1987. I bought it from HMV in Manchester. You know, this CD cost me I think it was $15.99. And back in 1987, $15.99 was a lot of money. This is an original IRS Japanese CDs, as they all were when CDs first came onto the UK market. R.E.M. Fables of the Reconstruction, or Reconstruction of the Fables, however you want to say it. R.E.M.'s 1985 album, my very first CD, purchased in 1987. Next would be my very first CD single. I never really bought many CD singles, but this is the very first one. It is T-Rex, Get It On, the 1987 Tony Visconti remixes. I also have the blue vinyl 12-inch and the yellow vinyl 12-inch of this, which I bought at the same time. But this is the first CD single I ever bought. It's on Mark on Wax through PTY, I think, or PYT. It's more of an EP, really. There's the disc. You can see it. There's bad lighting. You see that better. Tony Visconti remixed a lot of the hits of Mark, and on here, like I say, it's more of an EP. Get It On, Jeepster, Free Angel, Get It On, the Dusk Mix, and the Slider. The very first CD single that I ever bought, and there it is. Next, last but not least, the very first and only minidisc, pre-recorded minidisc that I ever bought, or have ever bought, is this, Alice Cooper. This is Classics. I can't actually remember when this came out, and I only purchased this a few years ago. I've not had it very long. This was Alice's wrap-up, if you like, of the, I think it's 1995, I think it is. This is the album that wrapped up Alice's epic Sony contract. It's a really good album, actually. It's a collection of tracks, singles and album tracks from singles, album tracks, and live stuff from the Sony epic years, from the Trash, Hey Stupid, The Last Temptation albums. This originally came out on minidisc when it was originally released, and also it came out on cassette and on CD, and I have those formats of this as well, but it never came out on vinyl originally until a couple of years ago. Back to Black released it on double vinyl, which I also have as well. So there you go, my very first minidisc, one and only minidisc, Alice Cooper's Classics. on minidisc. I do have a few other minidisc, pre-recorded minidiscs, but when I've been buying second-hand minidisc equipment, they always come with a minidisc inside them. Maybe that's a whole new video, something you've purchased or something that you've bought that came with something that you never expected. So that's my first video. Thanks for sticking with us for the last 15 minutes or so. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications when I'm doing more videos, and hopefully we'll see you again for another one. Thanks for tuning in for the first time, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks a lot. Ta-da.